So I just did a 3-minute review for Atlas Shrugged, so next up is The Fountainhead, which is the book I read right after Atlas Shrugged. And to be perfectly honest, I cannot tell you which one I like better. Like, they both have their own ups and downs, but really, to me, they're both pretty much on par with each other. They're both equally enjoyable. So I would say, if you're thinking of, like, should I read The Fountainhead first? I would just say read Atlas Shrugged first, because that's the one that everyone knows. That's the one that everyone's talking about. So from now on, I'm going to say, like, for the rest of this video, I will assume you have read Atlas Shrugged, because if you're interested in The Fountainhead and you haven't read Atlas Shrugged yet, do that. So when it comes to The Fountainhead, I do like how there's it's pretty much Atlas Shrugged with a few of the characters really mixed around. Like, for example, John Galt is the big character in Atlas Shrugged, but you don't really see him until the third part of the book, and out of 3 parts, the last part of the book. And yet he is the ideal man. He is supposed to represent the ideal man, whereas Howard Rourke is a similar character. Like, he's the same archetype of a character, and he is the main character of The Fountainhead. So you're getting everything from his perspective. You're really seeing him. So if you read Atlas Shrugged and you were a fan of the John Galt character, and like you really enjoyed him, and all you got was maybe just this gigantic speech, and you wanted more of him, well, that's what The Fountainhead's for. That's the nice thing about The Fountainhead, is he is the main character. And then I would personally put, like, Dagny Taggart and Dominique Franken as similar characters. And then Ellsworth Toohey acts as the antagonist. Now, I haven't actually found anything on Atlas Shrugged that labels the purpose of the characters, but with The Fountainhead, I have found that. And it's quite obvious, like, if you read any of Ayn Rand's stuff at all, it's quite obvious that, like, her characters are just symbols. Her characters are archetypes. They're not really meant to represent actual people. In Atlas Shrugged, they do represent characters a lot better than in The Fountainhead, but in The Fountainhead, they're more like philosophical elements. They're more, like symbols. So in The Fountainhead, you have Howard Rourke, which is, again, like the John Galt, the ideal man. You have Ellsworth Toohey, who is supposed to be the antagonist. He is the guy that is out to destroy. He is not a creator. He wants to destroy things. And then you have Gale Wynand, I really liked his character because I like the flawed characters. Like, I enjoy characters that aren't perfect, but I'm assuming we all do, in that when you read a novel, you want to see the character grow and become better. Well, if you read We the Living, that's like, I can't remember, it's Andrei Taganov, I believe. That's like the Gale Wynand type character, where he wants to be like the Howard Rourke, but he cannot be. He is obsessed with power over other people. That's why he runs a newspaper business. Like, he wants to control other people. Although he's still considered a protagonist. It's just that that's his thing, is controlling other people. So just to wrap it up quickly, like, if you haven't read Atlas Shrugged yet, read that, and then read The Fountainhead if you enjoyed Atlas Shrugged, which it's just another book, like a kind of a follow-up to Atlas Shrugged, even though it was written before. It's the same kind of book. It's just there were some tweaks. And although Atlas Shrugged was definitely tell it was written later, because like the characters are again less symbols and more actual characters. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. If you have read this, let me know what you think of it. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more. It helps me out a lot. And thanks for watching.